Why hand over your hard-earned cash to a garage for something as simple as this?
In this video, I'm going to show you how to service your Royal Enfield Interceptor in no time at all. Fresh oil, new filter and a clean air filter, all done at home with a few basic tools. No complicated kit, no special skills, just straightforward steps that anyone can follow.
It's quick, it'll save you money, and once you've done it yourself, you'll wonder why you ever paid somebody else to do it for you. Cue the intro.
Before getting started on the service, I'm taking the Interceptor out for a 15-minute ride. With the oil warmed through, it drains faster and leaves less behind.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. There's no way I can go out on this bike for just 15 minutes. I know for a fact that'll turn into a 2-3 hour bike ride, and unfortunately, I just don't have the time on my hands today. So what I will do is push the bike out onto the drive. I'll start it up, let it idle for about 10 minutes. That should be enough time to get that engine oil warmed up, so it'll drain easier.
10 minutes later and the oil is now warm. Time to whip off the sump guard so we can drain it out. I know not everyone's got one fitted, so I'll tell you what, I'll speed this bit up for you.
Cue the time lapse.
Epic time lapse. So, with that removed, we can now access the drain plug. If you've got some cardboard to protect the floor, use it. I've not.
Just a drain pan, because I like to live my life dangerously.
Using whatever you've got in a 13mm size, be it a ratchet and a socket or a spanner, turn the plug anti-clockwise and then remove it. With the oil draining nicely, we now need to focus on removing that oil filter.
There's something strangely satisfying about that sound.
Here is the oil filter removal tool that I will be using today. If you haven't got one, get one. I'll leave a link to it in the description. As with the sump plug, you've guessed it, you need to turn it in an anti-clockwise direction, lefty-loosey and all that. I like to remove the oil filler cap too. It lets air into the system, which creates a bit of a siphon effect and helps the oil flow out of the sump quicker.
I am going to grab a brew now, let the engine oil drain for about half an hour. If you have more time on your hands though, the better. not this advert. Oh, it's 5. It's not. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. You know what? I don't actually watch that much YouTube, but when I do, it's always motorcycle related. I've stumbled across this account called 3 Miles MC. Now he's got a similar subscriber amount as I have, so it's a fairly small channel. He's into his Royal Enfields, he's into his classic cars, his vintage motorcycles. Check it out, it's a really good watch. Anyway, I need to get back to my video. Let's crack on.
Here are the parts going on today. A fresh oil filter, a new sump plug washer, the engine oil itself and a brand new air filter, all supplied once again by Hitchcock's Motorcycles. I'll drop links to everything down in the description. Just a quick word on the oil I'm using. It's got this XP technology designed to cut friction, reduce wear and improve reliability. They reckon up to 11% more fuel efficiency and 18% lower oil use. I used it at the 300 mile service and straight away the bike felt different. Gear changes were slicker, no more false neutrals and the engine revved much more freely. The only reason I'll use any other oil in my Interceptor is if they stop making this. And no, I'm not sponsored by Silcoline. The only downside I've found with this oil is the packaging. It comes in a plastic bag inside a cardboard box, which makes measuring the right amount a bit of a faff. I can see why they've done it. It's better for recycling and the environment and all that, so I just pour it into a jug first, then into the bike. Much easier, far less chance of spilling it everywhere, and it makes getting the exact measurement spot on. And with regards to the measurement, the oil capacity of this engine with a fresh oil filter on is 3.1 litres. When it comes to retopping up the oil, I like to put in 1.5 litres first, then top it up with another 1.5 litres. If it needs an extra 100 ml or so after that, I'll add it at the end. Doing it this way makes life easier and you're far less likely to overfill it. Because if you do, you're back to pulling the sump plug and draining the excess out, which is a bit of a ball ache. I'm adding a thin film of clean engine oil to the new filter's rubber gasket. It helps it seal properly, stops the gasket from twisting or tearing, and it makes the filter easier to take off next time. I also poured some fresh oil into the new filter, but I forgot to hit record on that bit. The reason I do it is simple. Pre-filling the filter means clean oil is already there as soon as the engine fires up, which cuts down the dry running and metal on metal contact you'd otherwise get in those first few seconds. With the oil filter housing area wiped down and clean, it's time to fit the new filter. With the bracket for my sump guard, it's actually quite tricky to get a good turn on the oil filter. So I've wrapped a microfiber cloth around the oil filter wrench so I don't scratch the new filter, and I'm just giving it a very slight tweak with that. Here's the sump plug. Whenever you take it out, always fit a new washer. It's just not worth risking a leak and having to drain all the oil again just to swap it. Give the magnet on the plug a wipe too. You might see a few little metal filings on there, but that's nothing to worry about. Mine was clean this time. Then it's simply a case of fitting the new washer and reinstalling the plug. Now, Royal Enfield recommend a torque setting on the sump plug of 35 Newton meters, which I think is ridiculous. I did mine to 25 last year and I had no issues at all with leaks, so I'm doing the exact same this year. Right then, let's get some oil in this bad boy. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to pour half in now and half in just a second.
Right, that's about 3 litres. It's going to be so loud, apologies to my neighbours. So I need to start it up and wait for the engine oil light to go out. Here goes. That'll do. Give it a minute. Now we can check the oil level. I'm going to let the engine oil settle now. Whilst it's doing that, I'm going to get the sump guard back on. Cue the time lapse.
Epic time lapse number 2.
Right, I must stop doing that. It's quite annoying, isn't it?
The engine oil level is coming up slowly, so whilst I wait for that, I'll get the air filter fitted.
The way I gain access to my air filter box on my bike might be a bit different to yours, unless like me, you've also got the Trip Machine Wingman side panels fitted. All I need to do is take out these 2 Allen key bolts. With the factory panel though, it's a bit more involved. You've got to pull the seat off first, then there's a bolt tucked under there that secures the side panel. I'm pretty sure if you own an Interceptor, you'll already know how to do this, but if not, I've got other videos on the channel that cover it, so why not have a little nosy? Oh, and while you're there, hit subscribe. Nice one. Time to take out these 3 screws. Let's see if the clever folks at Trip Machine have actually left enough room to pull the air filter out without having to remove the side panel bracket. I hope so. And fair play to them, they did. I think I'm going to hold on to the old air filter. It looks pretty much as good as new, and it feels a shame to just bin it. I guess living in England helps. It's not exactly dusty here, wet but not dusty. I can only imagine what some of these filters must look like on bikes out in India, where they're actually chewing through proper dust every day. Now it's just a case of fitting everything in the reverse order. Cue the time lapse. No, I'm not doing that again. Don't forget to check your oil level. You want it in between the min and the max marker, but to be honest, I tend to go about 3/4 of the way up. Before you head out for a ride, fire the bike up, let it run for 10 minutes and check for any oil leaks, but you'll be fine. Then give yourself a pat on the back. You've just serviced your own bike, which is brilliant, and saved yourself a few quid in the process. Money that's far better spent on fuel and cake stops.
If you want to know how to check and adjust the valve clearances on the Interceptor and the Continental GT, I've also made a video on that, and I'll leave a link for that somewhere around here. I've been Jack Brock, you've been a legend for watching, take care. It's quick, it'll save you money, and once you've done it, you'll realise, no, f***ing sake.